But now what I have said in the past, that the prize for winning this tournament is you do have the option. You don't have to. You don't have to, but you can challenge me right now. So, Narnold says, hell yeah, James, I want to play you. All right, so let's do this. I'll set it to 3 out of 5. Sure, what the heck. Jimmy C, I don't know who he means. He doesn't play. I never see him play. I feel like he's kind of a coward or something like that. But let's go ahead and get ourselves in here. And the prize, basically what we've stated, is that you get to play one of us, and after we're done, we will be able to give you guys advice and all that stuff like that. So let's go ahead and I'll play a match with him on the stream here. Let's do this, and should be fun. Should be fun. It's not gonna be an easy match by any stretch of the imagination for me. Trust me, this is gonna be work here. Kyle is a fun matchup, but let's go. How do I do this? Start button? Start button. Start button. There we go. Let's do this. Oh, man. Let's go. Player 1 is selecting the stage. What side am I on? I am on second player side. Yep, that's correct. Oh, I'll play my main character, sure. People said the holiday outfit is really cute, so I'll play the holiday outfit here. Oh, you are Interceptor, Mazmoon. Nice. Okay, okay.
Guile.
Alright. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Good job, Interceptor. Good job. Alright. The hard part about this is like all the pressure is on me now, right? All the pressure is on me. Should I commentate this match? Should I talk about how bad you play? Hey, if you want, Jimmy C, you can go ahead and commentate this match. Let's see how that goes, actually. All right, here we are. Let's see if Diamond James can take on Gold Narnold. Yeah. Well, so my thought process right here is I'm going to try to see what Narnold tries to do early on. Okay, so he's going to jump a lot to try to get over that fireball. And see, in that situation there, nice flash kick. And he's going to neutral jump, and he gets the throw on James. Am I commentating, or are you commentating? Oh, that's right. Sorry about that. Oh, he decides to back off. Aha! James is going to do the EX. I can't believe he scrubbed his way out with that EX. Uh-oh, James gets in, but he's too far away. Oh, and comes in with there. Right, and that's one of the tricky situations there. You've got to be cognizant of your opponent's V-trigger because they're going to want to try to activate, and that's one of Lucia's best ways to activate, so you have to be aware of it. Oh, yeah, and look at that, faking the jump. Oh, gosh. He likes to hit buttons. That's important to note. Oh, flash kick. Nice. I love it. Oh, James misses his knee there. Oh, and he gets the flash kick in James's face again. Oh, I love it. I love this. Oh, and it gets the throw against James. And now the flash kick. Uh-oh. And now he corners himself, which is not good for him. Oh, James is trying to get aggressive, but here comes Narnold taking his first round. All right, Narnold is in there, showing what's up. Oh, look at this. Oh, and James can't make it over either. Narnold is in there. Buttons. Right there, that knee. Potentially negative. Oh, he couldn't quite get away. That's unfortunate. Oh, getting hit. Gotta watch out there. Nice use of that knee again. You see, that knee is just causing James so much trouble. And he gets the jump and the combo. Can he take this? Uh-oh. James now. Can he make this comeback here? Oh, no. No. James with the crazy comeback off of his V-trigger cancel. Oh, my God.
You win.
Woo, boy. You got so lucky. You got so lucky. I admit, I was sweating bullets there. I was getting a little bit nervous there. Oh, man. You are so lucky. All right. Come on, Narnold. Kick his ass. Kick James's ass.
Fight.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to be careful now. James is going to try to fake that. A little bit too close on that knee. Uh-oh. This is going to be big damage here for James. And again, the buttons are there. And that knee distance, very, very tricky there. Yep, right there. James went for the actual frame trap that time because he recognizes that Narnold likes to hit buttons in the middle of block strings. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not a combo. Oh, beautiful flash kick. That's not a true block string either. Uh-oh. Too far for James to actually get that combo. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening over here. Kick his ass, Narnold! Oh, the empty jump into sweep. Uh-oh. Down to a little bit of life here. Oh, the flash kick out of nowhere. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Oh, and the EX Sonic Boom is going to take it.
You've got nice moves. Round 2. Fight.
Upside down kick. Oh, okay. James is now trying to use that standing medium kick as a poke. Too far for that. Oh, yeah. You can see James was trying to bait that jump. Oops. That was definitely not the intention. Oh, the stun. Oh, no. Oh, no. James is being such a bully! Such a bully!
Told ya, justice always wins.
Man,
Final
I'm
round.
not trying to be a bully. Dude, do you see this? I'm having trouble in this matchup here. This is work, man. This is not free by any means, any stretch of the matter. Oh, too far for that throw. Oh, nice EX Sonic Boom. And then James is going to wake up with an EX like a scrub. Oh, nice. Oh, the dirty mix-up. The dirty side switch mix-up for James.
You win.
I don't like the way that this is going. I don't like the way this is going. Come on, Narnold, you got this. Kick his ass. Right? Torrin God? I mean, we're supposed to be unbiased as commentators, and Jimmy C here is being a total asshole right now. I mean, biased. Hey, man, you're bullying on people right now. I think it's deserved. Yeah, so one of the things right now that I have picked up on from Narnold is that he does like to try to hit buttons on defensive block situations. And that is right here. See, he did it again. Hit buttons in that situation. And you have to start reading whether or not, oh my god, he just overheaded my slide. You have to read that situation. And if you're too eager to hit buttons in defensive situations, it can cause problems. Okay, good defense right there. Oh, that's gonna hit. And see, this is kind of the situation. So I'm starting to read Narnold's rhythm a little bit. I'm starting to read the rhythm a little bit so I can be a little bit more aggressive and figure when he likes to try to do stuff. And this is the tricky part. This is what happens when you start playing fighting games. Is you have to learn how to adjust to these different kinds of adjustments from your opponent. And that's one of the hardest things about it. So, okay, that was nice right there, because that was normally a fireball situation. And I do like that Narnold is blocking in that situation a lot now, but that's going to open up that run and throw. See, he's been blocking a lot off of my crouching medium kick into burn kick like this. So that's why that's going to open him up for me being able to do run, cancel, run, and throw. Again, it's about reading the situation of your opponent, reading their patterns. Yep, there it was. And there you go. Again, that same cross-up mix-up that happened earlier off of that flash kick. And there you go. James is going to take it 3-0 like a bully. Oh, man. But there you go. So, the prize right now is a little bit of conversation right here with Narnold here. This is my ability to have a conversation with him. Here we go. The stream. So, the idea here when I'm playing against Narnold. So you saw in a lot of the first few matches, and this is what happens a lot when you watch people play fighting games, is that the first few matches are going to be close, they're going to be tough, they're going to be kind of scary. I mean, I was legit scared for a while because I was like, oh my god, I'm like getting beat up here. The first game took a stupid comeback in order for me to actually take it. But the idea of, again, having long sets like this is kind of to give people the practice of the adjustment, right? Even if this was 2 out of 3 and I lost the first one, I would have won the next 2 right afterwards anyway, and I would have ended up taking it. And that's because as I was playing Narnold, I was picking up on a lot of the rhythms. After I landed a jump attack, I would try to steal turns by walking a little bit closer to him and poke, or just do medium punch and then walk up and try to do something. But what Narnold did was that he would crouch jab me a lot. And so even something as innocuous as that, as me landing my jump attack, standing medium punch, then taking a step and getting jabbed, was enough information for me to turn things around. So what I started doing was I did jump attack, stand medium punch into crouch medium kick at perfect timing, because that is a frame trap. You have to learn the frame traps of your character to prevent people from counter poking at you, and that's kind of one of those situations. And so what happens then is that I was able to hit Narnold out of his crouching light punch all the time. And what's tough now, though, is that the lessons that Narnold learns to play correctly are what I take advantage of later on. And you see how this adjustment starts to really play through in fighting games. So I'll tell you the story of what happened in that situation. In just that one mix-up, I was able to do jump heavy kick, stand medium punch, crouch medium kick into burn kick, and crouch medium kick into burn kick would hit him all the time. And so what happens was he got hit by that and he started to learn to block. He started to learn to play a little more defensive around crouch medium kick, burn kick. So crouch medium kick, burn kick, he would block that a lot. And so what that did was that allowed me to advance the mind games to the next stage, in which I could do crouch medium kick, run, stop into throw. Crouching medium kick into run, stop is like -6 or -8. But the thing about it is, if you're just not ready for it, I can get away with it. And it's because I've conditioned on the crouch medium kick into burn kick. That's kind of the idea right there. Honestly, you know, it's hard. I don't know. Like, I know Ultra David, I saw him in the chat earlier. If he can give, it's hard because when you play, you're focused and you think differently instead of an analysis way. So sometimes it's hard for me to give advice after I've actually played a match. It's usually easier after I've watched a match. I don't know if David has any advice for Narnold based off of what he saw in the match. But again, a lot of it is just understanding the situations, understanding what is happening in that particular, in those particular moments. Because like I said, the thing about it is there wasn't a lot that the way Narnold played that I felt like was wrong or was bad. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Starix. If you're willing to wait and chill just a little bit, Narnold, let's do that. Let's actually watch the replays. And I can do that, actually. Let's see here. Cash Battle Lounges, right? Is this the one? Is this the one? Yes, okay. So what we can actually do here is we can actually watch this. Jimmy C, yeah, he's just chilling. He's just holding the pose right now. So what we can do is we can watch this replay here, and this will actually be able to. Hey, shoutouts to P Theodore for the donation, for the gift subs over there. Thank you very much, P Theodore. I think P Theodore is Narnold or one of the players that played a little bit early. Yeah, that's true. I guess I can let Jimmy C talk and analyze this as well if he wants. Hey, thank you, Narnold. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Again, obviously, this is a free tournament. No gift subs required or anything like that, but it is very appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Do the crime, you do the
time. So what's going to happen here at first is I have, I'm not sure how Narnold's going to react to me. So I back off and throw fireballs first because I want to see how he reacts to this. So he jumped into one fireball, and I'm going to keep doing it again. And so what my mindset there at that point was, how does Narnold react to the fireball? And right there at the beginning of the round, I have gained information on Narnold in that he is going to try to jump over the fireball. And I'm going to take advantage of this later on. You'll see this later on. But here we go. Narnold with the good corner pressure. I like this corner pressure that he had. Like, I got really scared. He missed his flash kick there, which was really, really unfortunate. And that got me the hit over here. And then this is me just trying to play footsies a little bit. And again, the EX Sonic Boom was a good idea to keep me in check. But here I go, trying to throw these fireballs. And that was me jumping like a rabbit because a lot of people like to throw Sonic Booms in that situation. So honestly, right now, weirdly enough, what's happening a lot of times is that I am taking advantage of, like, I don't want to call it standard because that sounds insulting, but I'm that's the best way I can put it. I'm taking advantage of standard Guile play. When you jump over a Sonic Boom from a screen away, a lot of times someone will throw a Sonic Boom where you land so that they can take advantage of you landing. So I just jumped away. I just jumped again. And that was, then I was too far away to land my combo. I was a little greedy here. But one of the biggest things here, okay, so obviously in that situation, as Jimmy C pointed out in commentary, you have to be wary of what the opponent wants to do once they have their EX meter built up. For Lucia, and again, this comes with character knowledge, and it's hard because you don't fight a lot of Lucias out there, EX run V-skill is going to be one of the most common things. What I really did like about Narnold's play, so the thing about it, one of the reasons why it's hard for me to give advice to Narnold is because the way that he was playing is very solid. And you'll see this in a couple of these rounds. He's really going to get me into a footsie situation where it's hard for me to pressure because Lucia has stubby buttons and Guile is very powerful with the Sonic Boom frontal shield as a fake to allow him to come in with the knees. And you're going to see that a couple of times from Narnold. He actually does some good jobs over here. See, like, one thing is you do have to be careful with V-Skill 2. Even had I not slid at that range, it would have been too close, and I probably would have been able to punish it. So you do have to be careful with V-Skill 2. V-Skill 2 does require very strong spacing and good aim in that situation. Okay, Okay, so I predicted the Sonic Boom and got the slide, and here I am with the pressure. And he just flash kicked afterwards. And again, you know, not necessarily the best idea, but in Street Fighter V, you need to throw out stuff like this from time to time. And it's weird because people will tell you, and people on commentary will be like, what a nut! Oh my god, he just did that! But you absolutely have to do this from time to time in Street Fighter V. This is just by nature of it. So this was not necessarily bad, not necessarily right, but if the idea of it was to do it to throw me off guard, then it was the right decision. If it was a scared panic kind of shoot, just flash kick, I need to get him off of me, then that's not the right situation. So again, this comes for studying the character. After you block a Lucia burn kick, she's -4, you have advantage, right? So normally a Lucia should be scared of hitting buttons. So I shouldn't have hit a button there, and I got flash kicked for doing so. But again, that's kind of studying the situations. Once you start learning the situations of why it's considered crazy because I am plus, or, you know, these kind of things like that, it starts to make it so that making the crazy decision is the right decision in those situations. It's a weird way to state it. But again, at this point, this is where Narnold, because like I said, I don't feel like he's playing the game badly. I don't feel like he's playing the game wrong at all. The issue right now is that in Street Fighter V, you can play by feel up to a certain point. Up to a point where you're about gold or super gold or ultra gold. In order to jump into platinum, this is when you have to start studying matchups. This is when you have to start studying frame data and figuring out what the situation is in repeatable situations. So you want to check out the Lucia light burn kick, crouching medium kick, light burn kick, and see what you can do afterwards to control the situation and such. It's a really, really, really kind of tough situation to have to deal with, but this is what I mean when I talk about Street Fighter V as a mind game as opposed to a heart game. You have to start advancing now towards the mind portion. This is where you do have to put in the time to study, because that is Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V is about studying the situations. The flash kick here was a good idea because if you've noticed, I always hit a button after a light burn kick, even though I'm -4, because I'm in a position where your buttons can't reach me. So I try to whiff punish your 4-frame and 3-frame buttons by just throwing out another crouching medium kick. I got flash kicked here, and this is important because now in my mind, I'm like, he's willing to do stuff like that. I have to be patient. I have to be slower. And I have to be careful of that. But in my mind at this point, I'm still like, you know what? That was probably just a Hail Mary. He probably won't do it again. And I'm going to get hit by a few more of these things because of that mindset. And here we go. So now I'm baiting out the jumps, and I got the uppercuts. And right there, I'm missing my meaties. And here we go again. Another flash kick just at point blank range, and he hits me. And now I'm thinking to myself, crap, I cannot read his timing. I cannot read his pattern. And you can see I'm a little confused now. I've gotten a little bit flustered here. And that's good. That's why something like that crazy flash kick and that crazy EX flash kick works, because it can put somebody off their game. And I am completely off my game right now. I can tell you right now, I was like, oh God, I can't read his pattern. I can't read his timing. This is not going to be good. Oh boy. And I told Narnold in the chat and Discord, and I know he doesn't believe me, but I said that I was legit scared, and this is kind of the moment where I was starting to get legit scared. And again, see this knee situation where Guile is going for the knee right there. Guile is a 4-frame character button. In order for him to beat my low jab after the knee, he has to do the knee at exactly the right spacing to be +1 on block, and then we'll trade. If he's anything less than that, I win. So in this situation, after I block the knee, and it's kind of interesting, I am going to be mashing crouch light punch until he can prove to me that he has the right distancing consistently. So, you know, this is not about like, oh, hey, Narnold, learn to space that better. No, the reason why I point this out is because I have studied this situation. I know the frame data of the knee situation from Guile, so I'm going to mash crouching light punch like a spaz. I talked about this very early on in the stream, that you cannot be afraid of mashing. Like when people say like, oh, you mash, you're a scrub. Dude, like in that situation, there is 0% reason for me not to mash. I am going to mash in that situation because of the input buffer, and that's going to make sure my light punch comes out at the first moment possible. And unless he can get a +2 in that situation on block, I'm going to at worst trade and get out of that situation. And so while part of it will come down to Narnold learning how to space the knee out a little bit better, you know, the main point I'm trying to give here is that I've studied this situation. I understand it. And at that range, I'm pretty sure he wasn't +2. So I'm going to be mashing crouch light punch. I do it a lot. You're going to see me crouch light punch like every single time in this situation over here. So here I am trying to get in here. So now here's me trying to apply the pressure. I do run pressure, and see, right there I did the run pressure, and what happened was that he jabbed me after my crouching light punch. So again, I am reading the situation here that Narnold likes to hit buttons. I haven't quite processed it yet. But in the later games I do, which is why I'm able to win a little bit stronger. And then he catches me with the surprise EX Sonic Boom. And again, a lot of this is correct. This is how Guile fights Lucia, is by playing the Sonic Boom game and then by having the pressure with the knees and the Sobats here. And again, beautiful stuff here. Catches me with the overhead. I thought I was going to make it over. He flash kicked me again. And here we go. I catch him with the frame trap off of that. And again, you see, hit buttons again. And again, if you're Narnold and it's working, he's not doing anything wrong. The reason why I don't really have much advice here right now for Narnold is because of the fact that I know that he essentially won this. I won this game on a stupid V-trigger comeback, on a robbery comeback. For all intents and purposes, Narnold won this game versus me, okay? And so he's doing a lot of right things right now. And he gets the jump in on me, and see, perfect distancing for that pressure. I mashed on crouch jab, he blocked it, and he came back at me with the sweep right away. You know, he's playing at, oh, he tried to bait that out. I got lucky. I got so lucky hitting with that. But if you try to bait out a DP, just block. Just block and let them kill themselves. Don't try to jump away from it. There's no reason to try to jump away from it. So that is definitely something that's important to learn right there. Just bait it and learn to bait it. And so here I am. I know I'm at a life deficit, so I need to get in. So I throw that fireball to fake it and then try to apply some pressure here. So now I'm trying to apply some pressure here, and he gets it with the knee. And this is the part where he blows me up. You see, he actually got the right range because he hit me with the knee. I mashed jab afterwards, but the hit on the knee is much better frame data. So my jab failed, and he starts going in on the pressure on me here. And this is when he really starts to take me down. And like I said, I got nervous here because this is the footsie range that Guile can dominate Lucia from. And he started playing really well at this range, and he gets the flash kick here. And now the only thing I can do is look for the ability to run in here and get the mix-up going. Now what I do like is that Narnold actually quick rose. He quick rose, he back rolled, and that's good. A lot of people don't, and then I have a dirty mix-up here. But he back rolled here, and he got away from this situation. He blocked this, but then I just waited. He tried to hit a button. He got hit by the follow-up fireball. That gave me the max damage combo afterwards, and I was able to kill him right there. So again, this is a character knowledge thing right here. That last section right there is a character knowledge thing. Narnold has I can bet my bottom dollar right now that Narnold has never been put in that position before. He's never been put in that situation before. So he's not sure what happens, what the mix-up is. It was brand new. He tried to hit buttons. He didn't realize the fireball was still bouncing in V-trigger, and he's going to get hit in that situation. So he didn't realize the fireball was going to keep bouncing. He just saw the slide and wanted to beat the slide, which was the right choice. But then the fireball bounced, hit him, and it just kept going at that point. It's a situation that he hasn't been put into before, and that's tough for him because then now, like I said, this calls for studying matchups or saying, hey, is there a Lucia player out there? How do I deal with this situation, etc., etc. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. So Not That One Guy says, anyone who participated in the tourney, do you feel like that by joining you found a way to improve? And Narnold says, yes, 100%. So that's really, really super cool. Yeah, you do learn a lot more than just regular rank. And again, it's not necessarily going to be crazy stuff. Although, Dro, I will give you this advice. I know you didn't win, but I will give you this advice. Be cognizant of your V-trigger. Use your V-trigger more. You had 2-bar V-trigger with over half your life many, many times, and you did not activate it. You did not raw activate, especially against the Guile, where it's super important in that situation to fight in that situation. You need to have that kind of tool for you to fight in that situation. So here we go. Game number 2. Game number 2. Let's see how this one goes here. See, right there. I said it was going to come back, right? I immediately backdashed. Last time I backdashed and threw a fireball. So I backdashed, faked the fireball, he jumped, and I had the uppercut ready. Now you'll see again, I missed my meaty timing, and he jabs me again. So now I'm telling to myself, I need to get better at my meaty timing. So as a player, you know, obviously I'm trying to give advice to Narnold, but this is advice to everybody. Make sure you get good at your meaty timings. You can lose entire matches by missing a meaty, just like I did right there. And again, that's a repeatable situation off of an uppercut into a back roll. It's a repeatable situation. I should have practiced my meaty timings to the point where I should not have gotten hit by that light punch. But again, from Narnold's standpoint, you know, outside of that V-trigger situation, mashing on light punch has worked for him very well. And there's no reason for him to stop yet until the point at which I start taking advantage of it. But then you have to be cognizant that someone is taking advantage of that kind of situation. And here he goes. You see knee, and then I low jabbed again because it was too close again. And so I low jabbed in that situation to take my turn, to make sure he can't keep the pressure going. So, you know, at this point in time, yes, now I will be telling Narnold to, my Jimmy's stupid Narnia pun is getting stuck in my head, to tell Narnold that, yeah, you might want to have to start practicing a little bit on the knee ranges to make sure that opponents like me who will mash on jab can't always get their turn back like that. It has to be ambiguous enough that I can get scared from time to time. And see, I blocked the flash kick that time because last time he flash kicked in that situation and he did it again. And so now I'm at a point where I'm starting to read the patterns again. But again, the key to this is key moments. That was a repeatable situation. This is not an isolated incident. Having him block my burn kick has happened many times. And in this situation, by blocking this, because he flash kicked once before, I'm going to choose the block. This is Street Fighter V. So this is the other area that a player like Narnold, like Dro, is going to advance forward, is once they start playing by not living in that particular moment, but by starting to craft the storyline and recognizing the situations and seeing how people react to it. So the one thing that I will say about when I play against Narnold is that he is playing smart, he's playing intelligently, but he's playing intelligently for the situation at the time. He's not building the stories as much. And the stories that he ends up building are reactionary and nervous ones, like stop hitting a button because I keep getting hit. And those are logical, those are predictable, and those will be taken advantage of by stronger players. And again, it sucks because the way fighting games work, and I tell this to everybody, is you have to learn the logical thing, and then you have to learn the illogical thing. You have to unlearn stuff. That's the goal of fighting games. So in situations where you get hit, you have to learn to block. But the problem is, if you learn to block, that's a logical choice. So now I'm going to throw you. because I know you are going to learn to block, etc., etc. It's a nightmare. But once you start getting good at that and you read the opponent and predict everything they're going to do before they change, like you know they're gonna change, and then you beat that option before they've ever showed it, like it's a wonderful feeling. And trust me, when you get there, you will feel so good about yourself, Narnold. Like, once you do that, once you read someone like 4 times in a row at a high level, you're just going to be like, God, I'm a fucking god, dude. Like, I'm the best. So here we go. Here's my punish. Go in here. I miss my meaty again. James, you suck. I know Jimmy C is chomping at the bit to say about that. Practice your meaties, James. I know. Thank you. But here we go. This is that range here where Narnold has gotten some play here from that situation. So now I jump in and get the pressure. You see me do the frame trap there. I hit him with the frame trap because I realize he likes to hit a lot of buttons, and I know that Narnold likes to jump. So what's happening here now is I'm not even playing a fighting game. You notice this? What I've done here is I've gotten damage by doing 2 medium punches in a row because I know Narnold likes to hit a button, and then I just waited for him to jump at me and I uppercutted him out of the air. I'm not even really playing fighting games anymore. I'm just biding my time. I'm like, these things are probably going to work and I'm going to win off of this. It's like when we saw Poison going up against the Interceptor, and she just did crouching medium punch all day and just kept hitting him out of the air. She was doing what's working, and James, you missed your meaty again. Okay, but see, this range right here, Narnold, you're getting a lot out of this range. And see how I'm walking backwards and try to run away from it? And see, right there, again, too close for that. Probably not the right idea. But this range is clearly where you're powerful, and again, you flash kicked after the burn kick, and it's not going to hit. So I think at this point in time, you're probably mentally going, okay, stop flash kicking in that situation here. But that empty jump into sweep, I get hit by that all the time. And I know that's like one of the classic, like at the beginner levels, empty jump into sweep is like super powerful. I fall for it all the time, so good shit. But I'm scared here now, and you do try to go for throw because you did before, and here we go. Activated the B trigger, I figured you'd block, and then you flash kick my limb again, and now I'm like super confused. I'm like, what, god dang it, and then I walk into an EX Sonic Boom. So good stuff. You see now, what's interesting, what you could be reading off of me is every time I get hit by a flash kick like that, I go completely unhinged. It's not that I get mad. It's not that I go crazy. I get lost and confused every time I've gotten hit by something like that. So that's not to say do crazy flash kicks more. What that means is that when you choose to do a crazy flash kick in a particular situation where it pays to do a crazy flash kick, if you hit me, go in for the kill. Go in for the kill, basically, because I have trouble handling that kind of situation. So the EX Sonic Boom was a great choice in that situation. And again, I like the range that you're playing over here. This is a good range. That Soback kick was a good range, but now I'm just trying to get in on you. That was an execution error, I'm pretty sure. And now, this is where Lucia shines, okay? I'm not gonna lie here. If you're not familiar with Lucia, Lucia is going to destroy you in the corner. Lucia has some of the best corner pressure in Street Fighter V. And this is where her strengths lie. So you are in a situation that's rough right here, but I did hit you with a point-blank slide because I didn't think you were going to be that close. So you jabbing in that situation was correct because I am definitely negative on hit in that situation. So I like you pushing me away there. Again, perfect range on that knee. But again, at that good range of the knee, you went for a throw. If you land the knee at the proper range, so again, this is about learning and measuring the knee distance on sight. You went for a throw there. When the knee hits just right, you're going to be so plus that the throw is going to miss because you're too far away, or I might even still be in block stun. So I was able to counter hit you in that situation here. I'm now obsessed with trying to throw LK fireballs and slide into you. And yeah, see, again, character unfamiliarity. That situation where I slide and then the fireball hits puts you negative so much that if I hit a button, you get hit. Again, a lot of this, Narnold, is really not about you like, oh, this is something fundamental you need to fix. A lot of this really just is I'm taking advantage of you not knowing Lucia. Honestly, that's one of the biggest problems that we're seeing here. And then I just go for the stun here. And it's just going to take a little bit of time to learn how to fight a character. And a lot of the times, this is what ranked is for, is to learn all these stupid things. And then when you get hit by it, go into training mode and try it out yourself. Or turn on the frame data stuff in this replay, right? Like, I can actually turn the, all this stuff over here.
Round 2.
I can actually turn on all this stuff over here. Is this the same one? Is this the same round that we just saw? Yeah, this is the same round we just saw. Let's go to round 3 here. Okay. I mean, I can turn on all the stuff so we can see frame data and everything like that so you can understand. So -2 on block in this situation. So I like the crouch light kick poke, see? That crouch light kick poke was very good, and that's something that you're going to want to remember in the future. But be careful of distancing, because I can get it to a range where that crouch light kick is going to miss. But at close enough ranges, the only thing Lucia can do is EX uppercut Hail Mary, which I absolutely will do because, like I said, you have to know when to throw out the crazy. And for Lucia, after burn kick, throwing out an EXDP is the crazy and is a good time to throw out the crazy. But here I go again, neutral jump. So I started neutral jumping a little bit, I think because I saw Dro do this a lot, and I knew it kind of was a decent weapon against the way that you played. So I threw in the neutral jump there, and it worked out for me. Messed up my combo, slid in there. And here we go, so footsies again. Ooh, you just wanted to jump, and it just happened to be when I slide. That EX sounds boom is good. And then I just, and that's the thing, I have to wake up EX uppercut. I have to do that every once in a while, again, because it's throwing out the crazy. So I try to space it out well enough, but if I space it out too logically, it's easy to predict. So sometimes I'll do it back to back, and you know, again, this is the hard part about fighting games. Here we go. Move. And I ate that like it was yesterday's lunch. Oop. And then that was just the crazy situation there. I hit with that medium kick, it flipped you out of the air, and I saw some people in the chat even say like, okay, I got hit by that. Yeah, that's just a weird situation, and I was like, you know what, I think I can make it under, and I did, and I was able to take the win off of that one. And now what you'll see here is that in the last game, because I've already built up all this knowledge, again, I am not jumping into this last game blindly. I am using the last 3 matches that we played as information. And the main information that I gleaned from Narnold is that he likes to hit buttons, especially during these little frame trap situations. And again, this now comes down to really understanding the Street Fighter RPS. When someone makes you block stand and medium punch and they're plus on block, you know, should you mash? Should you not mash? What's the logic behind that? And that all comes down to the Street Fighter V mini game that's so prevalent in this game, which is the Street Fighter V RPS. That is absolutely the mini game here. So we're going to watch this here match over here. And this starts to be a little more dominating because, like I said, I start taking advantage of a lot of things. And now I can start crafting my narrative. And that's kind of how I approach this at this point in time. So, again, I back off just to see what he does. See? I'm baiting the jump. I'm baiting the jump again. See, I walk backwards, and it's not that I just walk backwards to walk backwards. I'm baiting the jump again because I want to see if he tries to jump over my fireballs again at the start of the game, because I've started by jumping back and throwing fireballs a lot. So now I don't. I see he's not crouched, so I jump at him and take advantage of him not being charged up for the flash kick. And see right there, this is right. I remember this now. While we were playing, I said right here, he hits buttons a lot. Time to frame trap. So I get hit by the jump attack because I suck at anti-airs. But now watch. Every time I manage to get in, frame trap. Perfect frame trap right there. That was a perfect frame trap. Standing medium punch into crouching medium kick. That's because I'm plus on standing medium punch. So now, as Narnold, you have to start recognizing which moves are plus from the opponent and understanding when the opponent starts to go heavy on the frame traps. So if I get in again, I'm gonna, that was awesome. I'm gonna repeat that. So I slide in here, I get in with the burn kick. And see, I'm also realizing now that he's blocking crouching medium kick into burn kick a lot. So now that I know he's playing a little bit more defensive, that's gonna set up run throw for me. I'm picking this up already. Everything that happens is information. Everything that happens is information. See, he blocked it again. Okay, we traded, and see there I went for the perfect frame trap. But after the trade, Narnold was a little nervous, so he wasn't going to mash buttons. That's not going to stop me from doing stuff. And then again, I baited out the EX flash kick, and I went for the perfect frame traps. But I notice he's blocking now. I do notice he's blocking off of my perfect frame traps at this point. And oh, see, again, this is a situation where Narnold needs to study the post-burn kick situation. He's gone for flash kicks a lot, and I'm blocking it, and I'm baiting it out. It is kind of a panic situation, and, you know, it's just one of those situations that, you know, I've blocked it. The order of the storyline has been I got hit by it, I blocked it, and you got to remember that. So you tried the EX flash kick there again, because it's a defensive get off me tool, but you didn't realize that your choice to use the defensive get off me tool was done at the same time a total of 4 times during our play. And so I am using that narrative against you now. For you, you're just seeing the situation of I need to get out of here. This seems like the opportune moment, but on my side, it's a storyline of something that I've seen repeatedly over and over and over again, so I'm able to take advantage of it. And then at some point in time, okay, see, this is good pressure. And now you see that I'm not hitting any buttons. I'm just trying to defend against that pressure and get the hell away from it, because I died really bad to that pressure once before, and now you see how I've adjusted. I'm not hitting buttons anymore. I'm trying to find the opportunity to escape, and I did. I found the opportunity to escape. Oh, God, I can't believe that reached. And then coming in here, I punish the sweep. And now, see, I'm noticing that you're blocking a lot of my burn kicks right now. See right here, you're blocking all of my burn kicks. So at this point, I'm saying to myself, he's blocking defensively. He's not going to expect run into throw. So I run into throw here. And then I even say on stream, every time he sees my crouching medium kick, he's blocking. So now I can crouch medium kick, run into throw. So this is all I'm trying to set up to display that. Oh God, and then I get flash kick. Never mind. There it is, right there. And then again, I keep applying that pressure, but you hit buttons there, and that actually caught me again. And then that repeat situation again. That was the exact same situation we saw last time. I jumped close enough, but that's the thing, is I realized that I can jump at you at a range, and you will flash kick, not being aware that your flash kick will go under me and I can hit you out of the air. Right, exactly. When your jabs aren't working, I get scared and I don't know what to do. So, I will tell you the answer, Narnold, on how to do stuff. On how to get out of that situation. This is the hardest thing to do in Street Fighter V. Hardest thing to do in Street Fighter V. Block. just block. Take the throw. The quickest way you are going to die in Street Fighter V is to panic. I do it too. I panic a lot. God, there's a lot of helicopters around me right now. I panic a lot. Panic a lot and I die. When people get next to me, they just blow me up because I get scared and I hit buttons and I mash and I die. The most interesting thing about it is the best thing you can do is block and look for when the opponent pushes them too far away so you have the opportunity to take a turn, or if they do a move that's negative on block and gives you the opportunity to take your turn, or find an opportunity to try to jump over me. It's one of the hardest things to learn in Street Fighter V, but blocking is absolutely one of the most crucial things to do, and you will feel like blocking makes you lose a lot. You're gonna get thrown, and then you're gonna get thrown, and you're gonna get thrown, and you're like, this is not working. But again, you have to be able to take that narrative, right? You have to get thrown, take a third one, see if I'm willing to do 3 in a row, and if I do 3 in a row, then you kind of have to start playing kind of the mind game, but read those situations. But the number one way you are going to lose in Street Fighter V is to panic when you get knocked down. And that's what makes Street Fighter V so hard, because it doesn't feel like you can do anything in that situation. But again, understanding Street Fighter V RPS, understanding that game, understanding frame data from all your characters. Jesus, I hope you guys can hear the helicopters right now. Unless it's versus G. Yeah, because the command grab will kill you too. But that is the power of G. That's what G is designed to do, is to kill you when he knocks you down, because he dies when he gets knocked down. So that's kind of the idea behind that character. But again, blocking is the most important part. If I explain the Street Fighter RPS right now, it'll probably take a little too long. So what I want to do, I'll make a video on the Street Fighter RPS because it's so important, and that way I can just refer people back to it every time I do this on stream here like this. But again, like I said, your gameplay is not bad at all. You know what you're supposed to do, Narnold. You know what you're supposed to do to play. Now you have to take it to the next level. Start recognizing the key moments that are repeatable, so that you can make informed decisions as opposed to panicking in situations. You gotta study the Street Fighter RPS. Like I said, once I get the video out, I'll tweet about it. And then lastly, you have to study matchups. Now, are you gonna sit down and study Lucia for hours? Probably not, because nobody uses her. It's probably not worth it. But one of the things that you wanna do when you play ranked online, important to make sure you do so in training mode. And every time you go to training mode, pick a different dummy. And when you pick a dummy character, set the dummy to crouch everything and block. Then record the dummy, and then just record the dummy hitting every button on you and doing stuff that you remember people doing to you, and look at the frame data of it. You're not gonna memorize it the first time, but just do it. Next time you play online, you pick a different dummy character, you do that with the dummy character. Next time you go online, you try another character. At one point, you're gonna be like, I don't remember the frame data that I learned of this character. Go back to that character, do it again, and just keep switching around. And once you do that, like I'll do that. I'll just go and see what the frame data is, and then I go beat up on the dummy. But every time I go back into rank, I'll always pick a different character, and mess with them, try out their buttons, see what they are on block and on hit and stuff like that. And then I just go and do my training mode stuff. And then the next time I play, I do it again with a different character and stuff. This is a good strategy for a lot of people to use to learn frame data. And once you understand the frame data, and once you learn the Street Fighter RPS, that will change how you look at the game completely. And you will now start to understand that the decisions that you make in all of these key moments are never random, even though you have to do random stuff. So that's the way that it works. So, oh yeah, RPS, sorry, rock, paper, scissors. You know, rock, paper, scissors, you know, because there's a 1/3 chance of each of them. Rock beats scissors, beats paper, beats rock. Right, so in Street Fighter V, on the offense, it's the attack, shimmy, or throw. On the defensive side, it's the touch a button, late tech, or crouching, or do a low attack. That is the defensive options on. That's your options on the defense, basically. And like I said, I'll make a video on the Street Fighter Rock Paper Scissors to really give you an understanding of exactly how to deal with that kind of mix-up here. And once you understand that, that will get you there. But honestly, Narnold, you're in a very common place that a lot of players are at. They know what they're supposed to do, and they can do the things that they can do. And a lot of times they'll win based off of it, but they don't understand the true reason why they're winning behind it. Once you start learning the storylines that you and your opponent are telling each other, and once you start understanding more about what the opponent characters do, I often say Street Fighter V can't be played by feel, and this is one of the reasons why. The way that you're playing is very much you're playing by feel, because that's how we all want to play. And unfortunately, to get to that next level of Street Fighter V does require some study. But again, the quality of your play is not bad at all. Honestly, not bad at all. You are at that verge of the epiphany. Every time someone makes that adjustment, it's usually they have an epiphany, and then all of a sudden things get so much easier until you hit the next wall. I recognize where you are in your game. You are definitely at that epiphany phase right now. I was there too. I was in Super Gold and Ultra Gold, and I couldn't get out of Gold. And I had the epiphany because I was like, why can't I win? And my epiphany was, I don't deserve to win because I'm not studying the game. And so I went and studied the game and immediately jumped into Platinum once I started taking the time to study my matchups and everything like that. So that's kind of the advice that I have right now. Hopefully that's helpful. Dude, Narnold, you absolutely can break the gold wall. Everybody watching this right now can break the gold wall. They just have to understand how to play fighting games. And fighting games are not easy. They come with blocks. And like I said earlier, the trickiest thing about fighting games is learning the right things to do, and then unlearning that and learning the new right things to do, and then unlearning that and then learning the new right things to do, and then unlearning that and learn the new right things to do. Because in the end, the worst idea becomes the best idea once you go through this entire loop. And that's just the nature of fighting games. One of the best philosophies of fighting games to understand that kind of dictates this mentality is that there is never a right answer for any given situation. If there is a right answer for a given situation, that situation is no good. That situation is of no use. If you block Lucia's standing medium punch and you say, how do I defend between throw or frame trap or blah, blah, blah? If there is an answer to that question, then Lucia can't win because there's an answer to it. There's an answer to one of the options she chooses, but then she has an option to beat that answer, and you have an option to beat that answer, and then she has an answer to beat that answer, and then you have an answer to beat that answer. That is the nature of fighting games, and it has to be the nature of fighting games. If not, then fighting games can't be played. There's no mind games. If there's a solution to get out of a mix-up, guess what? It's not a mix-up anymore. It's 100% not a mix-up anymore. If I can answer your question, how do I get out of this situation? If I give you the answer, that situation is not a mix-up. It is a completely false situation. So that's the whole idea of fighting games. That's why you learn the right things, and then you have to unlearn it and learn new right things, because you start to understand the circle of fighting game mind games. And once you start doing that, you know, my success with Lucia started coming when I started doing burn kick into EX uppercut randomly, when I started doing slide into EX uppercut randomly. Before I did that, I couldn't win with her because I played too logically, and my opponent knew they could always poke after they blocked my burn kick every time, and I could never do anything about it. It was when I started throwing in the crazy, which might sound like a bronze tactic, EXPP out of nowhere, but again, I had to unlearn doing crazy uppercuts to later on relearn to do crazy uppercuts. And this is the nature of fighting games right there. So I truly believe anybody can make it to out of gold, to platinum. I truly believe that, but it's hard. It's hard, and I don't want anyone to tell you that it's not hard. Fighting games are hard, and they're gonna take effort to learn. And they're going to take a lot of work and a lot of self-introspection as well. But it is definitely possible. It's gonna take some people longer than others. It's gonna take some people longer than others, no question. But it is absolutely something that everyone can do, and keep at this, Narnold. Keep at this, and I truly believe that I'm gonna see that tweet from you at one point in time where you're like, James, I made it to platinum. This is the best feeling in the world. I'll await that tweet, because I truly believe that in my heart that you can do it, that you can make it there. So